Hello, students. Welcome back to your computer science class. So we have started with the for loop, and you all learned the range function yesterday. Range is a very important function, and you should understand how to use it, and in which context to use it, and in which manner to use it. It is a function that you will find yourself using more than you think. Okay. So yesterday you all saw we looped a number. We printed the numbers 1 to 10. Today I want to give you all challenge will come at the end of the class. Yeah. So let's show you all another way of using for loop. Okay. We are again going to be using for loop. So in this for loop now, I want that basically I have a string, let's say a equals. I want to print this, okay, every alphabet on a new line. So I will say for I in A. And then I'm just going to say print I. So I've given some value to I, and I'm saying for I in A, that means I should take values from A, and it will take individual values. So the first time it goes inside the loop, I is going to be H. Then I will become E, then I will become L, then I will become L, and then I will become O. So let's just save this and see how this program runs and what output it shows us. Let's run the program. I got every alphabet on a new line. Yes? Now, if I say space world, hello world. Now let's run the program and see. I'm getting a space also. Okay? So this is how you can use it in a string format. Okay? So you can use it in a string format. Now, let's say I want the world, I want the word hello in one line and world in another line using the for statement. So basically, I want that when it goes inside, it prints here, and then after this, I say end equals to space. Okay, and then I'm just going to run it. I'm going to get it in one line. But I want hello here, and then world I want below it. So my challenge, so I want world in the line below it. So how I'm going to accomplish it is, as soon as we enter the loop, I'm going to check. I'm saying if I not equal to, okay? So if I is not equal to space, then I want you to print I. Then I want you to print I and everything in one line. And what I can do is if I equals to space. Okay, if I equals to space, I want to print a blank line. And else, just print I and print it in the same line. Okay, I'll explain this once I run it and see if it's successful. Only if it's successful, I'm going to spend time explaining it to you all. Okay, so this is what I did over here. Okay. So I wanted hello in one line and world in another line, and hello world was here in the alphabet A. Now, how would I tell the computer that these are two separate words? Is by this space over here. This space is the delimiter, it's the definer, this is the signal by which I can tell the computer that when you encounter a space, leave a line. That's what I have done in this program. I have said for I in A. So initially I will be H. Now if I is H, does it equal to space? No. So it will go to else part and it is going to just print the I, okay, without going to the next line. It will go inside and then I is going to become E. E will go inside the loop and check is the value of E equal to space. So it's no. So it will go to the else part and it is going to print the alphabet E. Then again it will go in and it will become L. It will come here and check is L equal to space? No. It's not going to print a new line. It's just going to print and print it in the same line. Goes up again, it's going to become the next L, goes in the if loop and checks, is it equal to space? No. So it's not going to print into a new line. It's going to go and print in the same line, L. Okay, it's going to come back. It's going to become O. It's going to go inside and check O and space is same. No, it is not. So it's going to come back to the else part and it's going to print in the same line. Then what happens when the value comes here? Now I equals to space. Now when it goes inside and it checks I equals to space, yes, it equals to space. So it will go inside and will print a new line. It does not go into the else statement. It goes back into the for loop. Now the value of I is W. Similarly, world will be placed in one line. Is this clear? Huh? So why don't you all do, so even if I write 4-5 words here, I can say hello world, good morning. Everything will run in the same way. It is going to run in, it is going to display in different words, different lines. Understood? So this program over here prints the words in separate lines. I have over here merged for loop with the if else loop. And I have not used the range function because A over here holds string data type value. It uses a string data type value. This can also have numbers over here. That's absolutely fine. Okay. How does Python think numbers? And it showed all of it in different lines. Wherever the space was encountered, a new line has to be printed. This is called an empty print statement or a print statement to leave line. Now, Python looks at anything inside quotes as a string value. If I remove the quotes, it's going to give me an error because it won't be able to do the comparison operator anymore because I will not take a value from A. If A is a number, I have to use the range function for the alphabet I to pick up its value. Understood? This is a practice program that you will do today, 2 practice programs. Besides this, the third program that I have for you, that is a challenge program that I want you all to do. Yesterday in the challenge, yesterday I taught you all the range loop and I taught you all how to go ahead in the numbers, how to go back in the numbers, etc. Today, the challenge was, give me a minute, I forgot right now. Yes, your challenge is I want an output which is like 1 multiplied by 1 equals to 1. Let's take the 2 stable. Then the second line should be 2 multiplied by 2 equals to 4. But the catch is that this number 2 or number 3 or number 4 should be taken by the user. So you tell the user which numbers tables you want to display on the screen, and then user will tell something like 15 or 20 or whatever. And you are going to display this on the screen and make sure you get some things on the same line and some things on different lines. What I'll do is I'm going to show this program right now only, but taking the challenge means you pause, you attempt, you check, and then you cross-check with my program. So I'm going to wait for 30 seconds for you all to be able to pause, draft out the program, try it, and then you resume the video when you are ready with the program at your end. Okay? We will use for loop for it. Up till 10, 10 tens or 1 tens or 3 tens. Okay, I'm going to do it now. So I'm going to take the user, I'm going to take the value from the user over here. It's going to be integer value, so I'm going to say enter the number whose tables you want to view. Whose tables you want to view. Okay, then I'm going to, whatever the user gives me, okay, as number for I in 80, for I in 10. But I want to start with 1. I don't want to start with 0, so I have to keep in mind. For I in the values 1 to 10, and what we are going to print is we are going to print I, comma, so automatically space will come when you put a comma, multiplied, this is the multiplication side, multiplied space, multiplied by A, or I will have A over here. A multiplied by I, comma, again I have to show is equal to sign on the screen, comma, and then I have to show the value of A multiplied by I. Okay. All this will come in one line. I repeat. A is, suppose over here, let's say, okay, let's say the number user has entered is 5. So A is 5. Over here, I is 1. So wherever you see, so the output is going to be 5 multiplied by, this should have been I, okay, multiplied by 1 equals to whatever is the multiplication value I get, so I'll get 5. The second time, the value of I will change to 2. Okay, so that time, let me just change it. This is not correct. Your, this has to be I. Okay. Now, the next time, the value of I, let's say A is 4 and I is 3. Then over here, I will have 4 multiplied by 3 equals to 12. Okay, this is how this is going to work. Let's run it and check. I'll save as, I want a new file for this. I'm going to save it as tables with for loop. And let's run it. So many of it was already done. Enter the number whose tables you want to view. So let's say I put 16. I only got 2, 16 into 1 and 16 into 10. Because for I, start from 1, go to 10. So why is it not taking all others? Okay, let me figure this out. Okay, the problem is I have not written the word range. So if I don't write the word range, it considers 1 and 10 as a list of numbers and it takes both the numbers individually. I becomes number 1 first and then I becomes number 10 in the second run. So let's just write the word range and see if this will be enough. Let's say 16. Yes, I have been able to do. I cannot see the number 10 here. I want to see the number 10 here. So what will I do? Go here and change this to 11. There you go, up till 10. So any number now, I can give a multiplication table. Yes? I hope this was very clear to you today. Keep practicing this. Okay? And so up till now, you have started learning for loop, and now we are going to be learning more things in for loop. Okay? So till then, stay home, stay safe, take care, and keep learning. Thank you.